What is going on then, everybody? I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another video here on our channel. I'm a FIFA Analyst. Today I'm going to be having a bit of a discussion really with you guys, giving you a rundown and my thoughts on the SBC so far on FIFA 21. I'm a man that's done pretty much every SBC over the last month and a half or so. I'm going to talk you through, are they worth your time? Are they worth your money? Are they worth the investment? And I want you guys to get involved. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you do enjoy this video, please do give it a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel. We do upload every single day at 5 PM UK time. We do have a second channel where recently I've started back up with regards to health, fitness, all that sort of stuff. A bit more behind the scenes really, a bit more about me personally, about who I am and everything. A link's in the description for that. If you want to come over, come and have a bit of sort of different content, you're more than welcome to. So then, SBCs. SBCs on FIFA 21 as a whole are very different to the way they were last year. So whether you complete a player SBC or any other SBC that comes out, EA are predominantly giving you back untradeable rewards. Now, the whole point of an SBC, in my opinion, obviously it's a squad building challenge, is you are going to give items from your club, so players in your club, and you are going to get something back in return. That player that you get back in return is untradeable. You cannot sell them. They have no value in your actual club. So as a whole, you want these SBCs to be worth like better value than what you could go and buy a card on the market, right? So you can see obviously here, if I just quickly give you a rundown of the club and show you what we've got. As I said, we have done pretty much every single SBC, and the reason why I've done every SBC is because I wanted to go through, well, I'll kind of go for a period where that's how I enjoy the game at the minute. So if I go untradeable, and let's show you who we've kind of got. Suarez, we got in our one to watch pack at the start of the game. We did the Immobile SBC when he came out. We did the Felipe Anderson. I felt like Felipe Anderson was a good one to do at the time. He was relatively cheap. The difference, right, we'll go and look at the Felipe Anderson in a minute, because there was another card out there, I think it was Tyson, that you could go and get, who was probably better value on that front. So we'll look at that in a minute. Sami Khedira, Bamba, who was ridiculously expensive. Obviously, the other guys were objectives. Volland was an objective. Delort, which we did, which was the player of the month in League One at the minute. Alessandrini, which we did, which I think was good value. I was very happy with him. Lucas Moura, which was terrible value. And Saldi, which wasn't that bad a value for me. I think this is a fantastic card, but I just feel like it was a card that wasn't necessarily needed. The Wan-Bissaka, who was very expensive. The Lala, who was very expensive. Coquelin, who was so expensive at the time. I said stay away from him. Don't get him done. Oxlade-Chamberlain, who was ridiculously expensive. Who else have we got? Madison we did as well. We did the Adama Traore, the João Victor. Who else have we got? Anyone else we got here? It was via SBCs. We did the Atal. Atal was one of them ones that even if he didn't get an upgrade, you could use him in pretty much any position as a sub. So we've had him come on for 9 games and that's it. So you can clearly see I have done a lot of SBCs and I've tried to do every objective, along with the Aguero, the Gnabry, the Herrera, which I felt like was good value actually. The Bailey, Lima, Ben Arthur, Politano, Haaland, and then obviously the Marquinhos. Koundé was an objective. Jesus Navas, the Acuna, which I think was really good value at the time when that came out. Gaia, so Aouar, which I felt like was good value. Depay, João Felix, and Oyozabal. So you can see that I've done a fair few SBCs, right? I've done a lot. I've tried to keep up with doing every single one here on the Road to Glory. That's what I try and do. It's very difficult to do. I mean, now for me, I've got the Iron Robin to do, the Bobby Firmino, and I am at 14,000 coins. So I really need to try and get some coins back into the club, which we obviously will work on as and when. So that's the SBCs that I've done. Now, first of all, let's talk about an SBC and why they should be good, and in the previous past on why people may go ahead and do them. So we're just going to switch over on our screen and we're going to jump over to Footbin here. So first of all, let me go and show you. So we had the Lucas Moura SBC right this year. Oh, wrong one. Lucas Moura, who is a very popular card because he's in the Premier League. He's Brazilian, right? He's a card that we look at. When he came out, he was looking at about 270,000 coins on Xbox, 255,000 on PS, give or take. So that's quite expensive for the card that he is. Now, right mids, obviously this year we do have a bit of a lack of. So this was a card that you kind of looked at first and I was like, yeah, this is good. We could do this, you know, fits obviously into Prem sides. He's not a bad card. His card overall looks okay. Passing a little bit low. This card came out. When did it come out? Let's try and have a look. So it came out on Friday, December 4th, right? So the game had been out for nearly 2 months by that point. And at that time when he came out, we knew, yeah, you could get use of him. And this is the thing when I look at SBCs. I call SBCs quite well, I think. So João Felix, I said he was cheap. You should do him if you need a striker. And obviously you got a La Liga side. And he looked okay. The João Felix, for example. I'll just quickly pull him up for you as well. But I said this card will really, really start to struggle as we get closer to the Team of the Year. And the reason for that, I said, was because you're going to see other SBCs and other cards come out of better and quicker defenders. And João Felix isn't lightning quick. So this is a key thing that you want to look for when doing an SBC. Is João Felix is a great finisher with the ball. He's brilliant inside the box. He's got the 5-star skill moves. He's got the 4-star weak foot. That's good enough on that front. 470,000 coins this card was going to cost you. Brilliant. And you need to look at it now and go, I'm going to submit, let's say you don't have any untradables in your club, because although untradables don't have a value, they do because they could be used in a different SBC. So I said, go ahead and do this guy. However, he will start to fall off around Team of the Year. And we can already start to see that. Why? Because you have the likes of, you know, this Adama Traore that came out, which was 200,000 coins. And people will then play him at centre-back. And he's absolutely rapid. He's difficult to get past. And on top of that, you've got an informed Walker that people play there. You've then also got a Gomez. So you can just start to see how these cards that you do start to get drowned out just because. And I know the Gomez and the Walker was out prior to that, but obviously along with all the other SBCs and everything as well, even the Jesus Navas, for example, they start to get drowned out. Now, when we look at the SBC, you look at that and go 270,000 coins, okay. Is that a problem? Well, yeah, because when you look at this and you actually go, what's the difference between picking up a different card that's tradable? Don't forget, you can pick up these cards and you can go and sell. Let's say, like, for example, Dembele, right? Dembele, obviously, is normal 83. You see him a lot at the start of the game in people's teams. Now, when he first came out, well, when the first time the game came out, we're looking at 70,000 coins for that. And this card was good enough for a lot of people to go ahead and use. Now, yes, they go down out over their time, but you can also sell them at any point. So you might say picked up a Dembele at the start of the game for 70,000 coins, used him for near enough, let's say, a month, and you sell him for 45,000 coins. So you've not really lost a massive amount of value there. The João Felix, when you look at it, you've got to really take into account of, you don't get anything back from them. You just get the player. You may get some packs, but they're going to be untradeable, so you don't get a massive amount there. You are actually submitting that many coins into an SBC that is then gone forever. The Lucas Moura, we had and this is to show you literally how they've been getting worse and worse and worse over the years. On FIFA 19, we had an 86 Lucas Moura, right mid. This was bought out at a similar time, near enough at the start of the game as a player of the month. Cost you 35,000 coins. Came out September 28th, so he was the first player of the month, right? Obviously, we saw that Lucas Moura there at the start of December. And this card was better. It was better. The stats are actually better. And he cost 35,000 coins when he came out. And then you look at that Lucas Moura there, and it's 260,000. And that really just to start to prove how far off at the minute we are in terms of the SBCs and where we want to be with them. Now, the Marquinhos, I felt like was a pretty solid SBC that came out, because he obviously has, you got to think, when you do SBCs, you got to think with regards to links, nation, leagues, obviously that increases in terms of that price. Look, the Gnabry, for example, as well. That was one that people went, no, stay away from the Gnabry. And I don't think the Gnabry was that bad value, right? It's 250,000 coins, similar price to the Lucas Moura. The only difference, I think, with the Gnabry is that it's because he's in the Bundesliga. You don't see as many Bundesliga teams. This card wasn't obviously as in demand. So people go, no, I'm not going to do that. And then we look at, say, the Aouar, for example, if I said his name right. This one was great value, 127,000 coins for that card. Absolutely phenomenal. And that was a big tick. And the things we're looking for when it comes to these SBCs is, A, how much use can we get out of them? How long can they last for us? B, are they meta? If you're after meta players, have they got the good skill moves? Have they got good weak foot? Have they got the pace? How long can they be in my team? If you wanted to run an Aouar and a Marquinhos together, so Aouar 127,000 coins, Marquinhos, you could run these two guys next to each other, 190. So let's say they're 330,000 coins for your two centre mids. Great, you can run them, and then you can have your Neymar and Mbappe up ahead if you wanted to. Now, Paul Pogba, people obviously ran this 86 card for a very long time. He's now 84,000 coins. I think Marquinhos is a better card than Paul Pogba if you're going to play him as more as a stay back. But if you wanted the Pogba as a box-to-box, I think the Aouar is a better card than Paul Pogba when you look at it on that front. Let's just show you here and let's see how that compares for you. And you look at this in terms of value and you go, well, actually, yeah. The Aouar is not tradable. You know, you can't sell that Aouar. He is sat there. But obviously, you can get a good use out of that Aouar and because of the price that he was at. So that one was a big W for me. And you can see there, Aouar compared to Pogba works quite well. But the issue that EA have had this year, and this also comes down to the actual icon SBCs as well, to be honest with you. Let's just quickly go and jump onto the tab of the icon SBCs as well. Like the Iron Robin that's come out, interesting card, 140,000 coins. I don't think that's too unreasonable. But this is where the big issue is, right? You can get a mere 88 Fernando Torres, 968,000 coins at the minute. That's how much that Fernando Torres is going to cost you to complete if you have nothing in your club. You know, you need to go and spend the coins for it. Well, okay, we want to go and get an 88 Fernando Torres on the market. 900,000 coins. Cheaper. That's where they've got wrong this year. Pretty much every SBC, bar Aouar, Marquinhos, you know, a couple of ones that have come out. As a whole, you are better off going onto the market, picking up that player, using them for as long as you seem fit, and then selling them. And you pick up a card for 200,000 coins. You use him for a month and a half. So let's say, this is how I like to work out my examples. Let's say, for example, you pick up a card for 200,000 coins on the market. 300,000 coins. We'll go 300,000 because it's more. You use it for one whole month. You play, on average, you play your 30 games of Weekend League. So that's already 120 games of Weekend League there. And you play 10 games of Rivals a week. So on average, we are playing 40 games per week with your main squad. Friendlies, objectives, all that sort of stuff, not including because you probably won't use those cards in there anyway. So you're playing 40 games per week on average with the SBC or the card that you are going to use. You have 300,000 coins. You pick a card up for 300,000 coins. You use it. You play 40 games per week and you use that card for a solid month. That then means you were doing that. You're going to play 160 games with that card. Now, not including anyone else in your team, not including anyone else on there. That then means that 300,000 coins divided by 160, was it? Or was it 140? 160, yeah. 160. He is going to cost you, theoretically, 1,875 coins per game, right? Per game. That's 300,000 coins and you never sell that card. However, let's say you go and sell that card in a month's time for 150,000 coins. So that card only costs you 150,000 coins. It then only costs you just less than 1,000 coins per game. And that looks so much better in that value. However, you go and complete a card, you go and do a card on the SBC for 300,000 coins, you never get any of that back. So the coin value is just going down and down and down every time. And that's why so many of you in the comment section go, Mr. Analyst, I've not got a great squad, or however you people getting Ronaldo and Mbappe's and whatnot, and they show me their teams, and they've done loads and loads and loads of SBCs. You know, they've done loads of the SBCs like I've done here. They might have done the Jesus Navas, they might have done the João Felix, they did the Aouar, they did the Depay, they did the Ben Arfa, and then they go, I can't afford a Ronaldo and Neymar and Mbappe. Why is that? Well, because a lot of it, you're sinking. João Felix, 500,000 coins. Aouar, 650,000 coins. Ben Arfa, another 100,000, 750,000 coins. You can go and pick yourself up. Well, we'll go back to it. I don't know how much they are nowadays, to be honest with you. I can't say I've really looked at them. You can go and pick yourself up a Neymar at the minute for 550,000 coins, 700,000 coins on PlayStation. A Cristiano Ronaldo will cost you 850,000 coins, 1.1 on PlayStation. So you really need to sit here and look at these SBCs. So the way I would say it is, unless it's a card that is so unique that you desperately need it. So I think that Marquinhos was a massive, massive W when he came out. Why? Because he gave you a strong link to Neymar and Mbappe. He was fairly cheap and he was a good CDM. He was a good, solid CDM, right? You can play him centre-back as well if you wanted to. It was a gap in the market that we needed. You can't go and buy this card on the market with the links that he had. However, let's say I'm just trying to think if there's anyone for an example. I can't really think of one actually off the top of my head. Is there one? Okay, yeah, so we'll use this one for example, the Wan-Bissaka. Now, the Wan-Bissaka one it was a little bit of a different one actually, because yes, he'd been moved to centre back, but it was 400,000 coins. Okay, you could go ahead and pick yourself up a normal Kyle Walker, and you could put Kyle Walker at centre back. At the time he was coming out, it was probably about 80,000 coins, and you could put him centre back, and then you could run a normal Gomez or an informed Gomez, or you could have picked up obviously the other Walker, and that was going to be a little bit more, but obviously not too far off on that front. But remember, you pick them two partnerships up, Gomez and Walker as centre backs for 500,000 coins. Wan-Bissaka was 420,000 coins, 80,000 coin difference. Once you are feeling Gomez, Walker, I'm done with you guys, I can now go and get myself a Van Dijk. I can sell them cards, and they might have only cost you, you sell them obviously for whatever they come out at or whatever they are. Your net worth is better than completing that Wan-Bissaka for 420,000 coins. Now, you might go, yes, but Mr. Analyst, I could go and do the Wan-Bissaka with 200k's worth of untradables. You are correct. However, you could have also saved those untradables for another SBC that was better value or was just better and suited your team more and so on. So you really need to think about it. Think about the longevity. If you are looking at a card and you can say, I can get a good solid month to a month and a half out of this card, you're probably going to be okay, as long as it's not ridiculously expensive. But obviously EA have gone down the route this year of making prices of SBCs the same sort of price as a card on the market. You're normally better off going with a card on the market because you can get your use out of it. You'll lose coins when you sell it, but you still get some coins back, and that as a whole is a W. So that's kind of my opinions on them this year. I feel like they have been wrong, a letdown, really. I mean, if we just quickly jump back to me and what I've obviously used, like Ben Arthur we picked up, obviously we've been using him off the bench. Lama, I've used one game on him. I do every SBC, right? So don't look at me as an example. The Herrera, I actually used quite a bit of my batteries died. I think my batteries have died. Rest in peace to Analyst batteries. Yep, they're dead. The Herrera I used quite a bit, and I've enjoyed him. The Gnabry I've not really enjoyed. The Aguero I used a fair bit and was okay. Politano I did enjoy. Depay I've really enjoyed. João Felix I've enjoyed, but those Depay and João Felix now just feel like they're just behind the power curve and not really usable. Marquinhos is still fine. Acuna was great. He can be on my side basically till team of the season, I'd imagine. And yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with my SBC. So just think about it a little bit more when you're getting into these. If a card comes out and you go, Iron Robin, I loved him when I was growing up, I want to go do that card, that's fine. Go do it, right? It'll be better on the market elsewhere. But you've also got to remember is that once these SBCs come and go, they're gone, they're gone. Sometimes they re-release them, but as a whole, that's where they kind of suck you in, though, is they make you go, I'm going to miss out on this. I'm going to miss out on this. I want this. I need this. I need this now. If you can't afford it with what you've got in your club, that's where they want you to go and buy FIFA points. Don't get caught in that trap, right? If you miss out on an SBC, you miss out on an SBC. In 8 months' time, the card's not going to be worth anything because you're going to be on a new game anyway. So don't get caught into that trap. Don't go and load up the FIFA points to try and accommodate fulfilling those SBCs. Really do think about the ones that you're going to do and just use your coins a little bit better. Now, if you go, I don't care. I love to enjoy the game for what it is and play it for what it is. I want to do these SBCs. That's absolutely fine. You do you. But obviously, if you're sat here going, I can't afford the best players on the game, but I've completed 10 SBCs so far this year, that will be a contributing factor into why. So just think about them a little bit more. I know it's only virtual coins. I do express that it is virtual coins. It all means nothing as it is anyway in the grand scheme of things in the world. But I thought I'd make this video to give you my thoughts on them and my opinion on them, really. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up. Let me know what you thought down below in the comment section. Something a little bit different. I do want to thank you all very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. I'll catch all of you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.